I'm excited about that.
So this is a failed experiment based on the fact that we say, hey, it's going to be great. We're going to throw a timer up on the wall.
Hey, this is your disgust. You were disgusted with everything I had to say today, and this is why we're way over.
Bro, that's why I brought the Al Horford thing up, because I was disgusted then, too.
I don't see how... Yeah. I really disagree.
I could probably break this up into 2 episodes.
Maybe. Maybe part 1 and 2. You okay, man?
Can I Kick a Podcast, Episode 8, Action.
See you brought your board today.
Most definitely.
Where was it? Did you like drop it behind the bed or something?
Forgot it at home.
You gotta stop using this board for your extracurricular activities, man.
Use it for other stuff that require a board.
Yeah, that's all I said. Extracurricular
You do
activities.
realize that I write in Can I Kick It Podcast every week, right?
Yeah.
Which suggests that I've erased it for other use.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Because if it's behind your bed.
No. This ain't that type of board.
What's going on, August? How you been?
I've been alright.
Yeah.
Can't complain. How about you?
I've been pretty good, man. I'm getting into the flow of it. Winter's here. It's cold as fuck.
This is true. This is true.
Episode 8?
You got it.
Not 9.
Not 9.
Just
Definitely
checking.
episode 8.
Just check it. Yeah, man. I don't know. Been at home and at work. Had a couple things to take care of this week, but the week went smoothly. I can't lie. I won't lie about that at all. What's your thing against dad jokes? You don't like the dad jokes?
Dad jokes just aren't for me. That's all it is.
Does Demar Derozen coming back seem like a dad joke?
No. Not at all. Seems like a good move to me.
That's not how you felt last week, man.
I don't remember how I felt last week. Why
It
don't you
was a
tell me how I
hard
felt?
fucking no, I'm pretty sure.
I think I mentioned it and you drew the conclusion that it was a no for me.
I draw conclusions sometimes. I do.
Because it's a super yes for me.
Super yes.
Yeah.
Super yes. Resounding.
It's a talent upgrade with a talent that's already played. That doesn't... It's not going to take him that long to get acclimated to Toronto. He's Mr. Toronto.
Yeah, that's kind of my thing, too. He has unfinished business. And, he's been going on super hard lately. I heard he, chased an intruder out of his house. In L.A., no less.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
In his words, he's from Compton.
He's been
seen
through worse, right?
Yeah.
So maybe, now he's getting that, that instinct. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Right? But, I don't think he's plan A. I don't think he's my plan A. I think plan A falls with Kawhi and Giannis, which plan A's usually are far-fetched when it comes to the Raptors acquiring free agents.
Mm-hmm.
But he is my plan B, right alongside Paul George. Why do you not like Paul George? What is everybody's
I really
fucking
wish
problem?
you hit me with that in pre-production.
Yeah, I didn't do it on purpose. Because I said some other stuff in pre-production, and I enjoyed the look of disgust on your face. So I held this one back because I wanted to.
No.
Maybe we can catch it. You just catch the look
No,
of
you
disgust
did
on
not.
your shoulder.
Yeah.
Maybe here.
You probably saw my shoulder.
Just drop.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Dust it off, baby.
Paul George in Toronto,
What's wrong with that?
definite no. And
Why
he
is that a
doesn't-
definite no?
Well, he's not a winner. I want winners. Paul George is not a winner.
Based on his track record through the NBA for the last...
No. Based on his attitude, based on what I've seen. Even when he went to LA last year, he's all amped about going to LA, talking like they're going to win it. When I'm thinking, Bro, I just seen Dame light you up for 50 points. That last shot was like 45 feet out, and you're talking about it's a bad shot?
I think.
And then he's going to LA talking like, oh, the championship is coming home, baby. Like it's an automatic. All of them people jumped onto that bandwagon like it's an automatic. To watch them not only go out, but go out in epic fashion.
Yes. Yeah.
And sure, the coach shares some blame in it. But I haven't heard Paul George say that.
My bad.
I haven't heard him for a second talk about him sharing the blame. I just heard his excuses. Well, the bubble was tough on me. It was tough on every motherfucker in that place.
Facts.
Right?
That's fair.
You're the only one I saw hit the side of the backboard in a game 7.
I mean, Kawhi shot like a terrible percentage.
Kawhi doesn't get a game off?
Took a series off. Took a whole. He had like the first 3 games was I, and then the next 4 he took them off, pretty much.
Kawhi hasn't earned that?
No, if it was anybody else, I'd be giving them shit.
But get this. Wasn't it supposed to be a Batman and Robin show? Batman showed up for part of it. Robin just never showed up.
Yes, but there's other factors that play into this whole Paul George fiasco this year. I mean,
Fiasco.
I just want to... Yes, fiasco.
This is Paul George.
I mean...
This is my mistake. This is playoff P.
How old is this kid?
Playoff P?
Yeah, 30?
I don't know. I just know I don't want him on the Raptors.
Well, it might work out better for him here. There's a lot of things that were going on in LA that aren't going on in Toronto.
How do you figure it would work out better for him?
Well, I mean...
He's 30, by the way.
You're not playing for your ex-wife's father. But that's a traumatic. Do you wanna work for one of your ex-girlfriend's fathers? Forget wife.
No, he didn't. That's why he anyway, I'm not.
That's why
I'm not
Doc Rivers
judging
is most
anybody.
likely not
You
there
know, with
anymore.
the stripper, but
But like I just don't.
so
I'm just saying that the situation in Clipperland, before we get too far on this point, was one that had a lot of factors that would add to turmoil or, a toxic environment. And even though that environment might have been successful at a certain point, once you add adversity to that mix, what does that look on your face for?
because I'm tired of people giving them excuses.
Well, it's not just excuses,
You said
man. Like,
toxic environment. Where
Yes.
is it the coach thing? Because I'm pretty sure nobody was saying that when they said, "Oh, these guys are loaded. They're going to win the chip." All of this is coming out now that they were up 3-1 and lost.
well, 2020 vision,
How can I put hindsight?
hindsight, right?
Right?
Yeah.
And I hear, and this is not about me patting myself on the back. This is not about me. But from the
Proceeds to
jump,
pat himself on the back.
but
Go
from the
ahead.
jump, I said it's a nope for me. They think that because Kawhi came to Toronto, Kawhi came to Toronto in an environment that was a very simple plug and play,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Continuity was a factor,
Well,
and they
culture.
added that weapon to it. LA built a new team and just said they're going to win the chip. That's pretty much what they did.
Yeah,
They started talking about
That's the first part of your toxic culture, though.
Yeah, but I saw that from jump. They didn't see that. Nobody saw that.
I mean, I've said this about teams before, right? That how much chemistry matters. We've talked about it with the Raptors, how much chemistry matters, and we talk about it all the time when we reference.
I'm not going to let you do that.
Okay, go ahead.
What I'm going to say is this is true, but you made chemistry the afterthought.
No.
No, hold on.
Oh, you gonna skip Bayless on me right now?
No, I'm going to press you on what I should be pressing. I'm going to hold your feet. I'm going to hold you to the flame.
Okay,
right?
go ahead.
'Cause you started this shit about superstars. You started this shit about if you don't have the talent. These aren't your exact words, but what I took from what you were telling me is if you don't have the talent, you can only go so far without the talent.
Incorrect, sir. That's not what I meant. That's not at all what I was trying to refer.
Go ahead, clean it up. Go ahead. Go ahead. Just
No, I'll clean it up for you.
Please
It's all good.
frame
What I'm
it.
saying is that I think a lot of people take for granted when you look at the Raptors championship, right? You take for granted how much of that championship actually belongs to the organization and not just the players. Like there's so much work that had to go in behind the scenes for them to build that culture. If you listen to these players talk now, right? They're all saying the same things. They're all repeating. It's like a mantra that's gone from the very bottom of the staff to the very top of the staff, from the GM to the players to the ball boys. It seems that everybody's talking the same thing, which is hard work, next man up, right? And basically having, an open forum for communication and accountability across the whole organization. They don't seem to have any problems talking to each other about issues or things that might arise in game. They're very direct. Nobody takes it personal. There's not a lot of egos in that locker room, and that's partly because of the way the culture is built. So yes, when Kawhi came in, it caused a lot of turmoil, but it did, because a lot of players were pissed off that DeMar was gone. DeMar had just been first NBA, I think, or been named to the All-NBA, right?
This is true.
And you're bringing him into a squad that has had. You're not just coming to a squad that's, you're turning them around. Like LeBron James went to the Lakers, and understandably, when he got there, they sucked, right? When you went to the Clippers won some games, but they were a first-round exit. Kyrie and KD going to Brooklyn is still an AC team for whatever reason. They couldn't stay healthy, right? Like, you're not going to a team where these guys have won 50 games and been in the playoffs and been first in the league, first in the East or second in the East every year. Mm-hmm. So you bring this guy in now, you don't even know if he wants to be there, right? But I think what changed it, because I don't think it was just so simple as just a simple plug and play. I think the Raptors actually built that space, and it fit Kawhi. It's built to fit whoever wants to come in there and actually has that demeanor to win without having to be followed around by 56 cameras every night and having to talk to the media to feel like they're relevant, right? Like, it was a perfect environment for Kawhi.
Correct.
Right? That's a lot of work on Toronto's side. What I was saying in terms of talent is, with a lot of LeBron James teams, or a lot of these teams like Houston and so on and so forth, they forgo a lot of the extra work and extra steps that the Raptors have to take. Mm-hmm. That's why you end up with a bad contract like Russell Westbrook. That's why you have this high turnover rate of guys coming in and out every year, in and out of Houston. That's why most LeBron James teams have a bunch of guys coming in and out. It's not that give credit for LeBron putting together a team in a year and being able to take them to the finals. It's something he does all the time. But at the same time, he's usually paired with a lot of talent, or with a top-heavy talent that allows you to negate the simple adversities of where you may not agree with the coach, or you may not, have chemistry in the locker room, or where you guys may not all be on the same page, or the team is not as close as they're supposed to be to have to win a championship, right? I have no doubt in my mind that the camaraderie in that Raptors locker room is a brotherhood that will last on a longer stretch amongst those 12 or 15 players. It will last longer than the camaraderie that the Lakers have for that championship. There's no ring chasers on this team when they won the championship. This is a bunch of guys that you had to ask to be hungry. You had to motivate to be hungry and keep them. That comes from the top of the organization. And when you bring a new guy like Kawhi in and he's not talking, yes, and everybody's pissed that you just traded one of their favorites, like somebody who's been a big brother to so many of your young talents.
True, but the Kawhi, the thing with Kawhi is, when Kawhi was here, he earned their respect.
I think it's two ways. I think those guys had to earn Kawhi had to earn those guys' respect as well.
No.
Why? Because he's a superstar?
No. Hold on. They respected Kawhi out the gate when he showed up.
I don't think so.
They were pissed at management, right? They know it's a business. They were pissed at management the way they let go of Demar Derozen. They weren't going to hold that against Kawhi.
Yeah, but also they've said it in several. You don't even know if this guy is going to come here and want to play.
True.
You don't even know if he wants to be here.
True.
He doesn't come here and shake everybody's hand. He comes in, clocks in, and goes home.
Hold on. Let me just finish my thought.
Okay.
Right. So when it came to Kawhi, Kawhi earned their respect. They didn't need to earn Kawhi's respect. Right? Kawhi came in and they didn't know if he was going to want to play there. But from day one, he hit the ground running.
Yeah. Load management here and there.
From day one, he hit the ground running. Load management was not an issue.
Load
Management wasn't even an issue for the players. You know why load management is an issue now?
Why?
Because they watched him play a full season and win the championship.
On a hobbled leg, though.
But hold on. That's why load management is a factor. The year that he came to the Raptors, it wasn't a factor. You know why? Because the year before that, he played 9 games.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
And for most of the year, he was shut down.
Yeah, but even so, that even more solidifies the point that he had to earn their respect. You don't even know if this guy's going to be healthy enough to help you get to a championship. You don't even know that. When he came,
I don't know
he was
what
coming
you,
off an injury.
I don't know what you mean by earn their respect. Of course they respected him. He's a 2-time. Was he a 1-time champion at the time? No, he was a 1-time champion.
Yes.
Finals MVP.
Yes.
The last time anybody had seen him ball, it was against Golden State, where he was single-handedly giving him the work until Zaza Pachulia undercut him.
That was like a year and a half before he came to the Raptors, right? He hadn't played since then, man.
No, he had played since then, only 9 games in the regular season.
And then was injured. All I'm saying is, like, I don't think that, you walk into a room with Kyle Lowry and Fred VanVleet and some of these other dudes and, just because you're a worldly talent,
If
still haven't
LeBron
played.
James walks into that...
Yeah, but LeBron James has been playing for the
but
last...
But this is all I'm getting at. If LeBron James 6 years into his career walks into that locker room, they don't respect him?
Yeah, but like we're acting like it's in a vacuum.
I'm using LeBron James as an extreme, right?
Yeah,
just to show you. No, but I'm just saying, just to show you, yeah, that can happen. You can respect somebody based on their resume. His resume suggests that you should respect him.
Yes.
He'd already had the resume of being the defensive player of the year type, Finals MVP.
I should put that on silent. Sorry. What's edited? It wouldn't be any fun if I didn't leave you something to edit out. I'm sorry. Continue, please.
Sorry, we're talking about how we're not editing this out.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay. But all I'm getting at is it didn't take much. If he had to earn their respect, it wouldn't take much other than to show them that he's here for one reason and one reason only, and that's to win a ring.
That doesn't negate the fact that he'd have to show that.
Okay. But what you're forgetting is winning cures a lot.
Yes, but they had to start winning.
Hold on. I don't know what you want me to say. Winning cures a lot. They went 7-0 in the preseason. They went into the regular season.
Did Kawhi even play in the preseason?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, cool.
They opened in BC against Golden State. They didn't lose a game in the preseason.
And he load managed for like most of it. He played like 2 games in the preseason.
But his load managing was predictable, and they won the games that he wasn't there.
Yeah, okay. I get what you're saying, and I completely understand this.
His load managing was he didn't play back-to-backs. That's what his load managing basically was. So every back-to-back, it was pick a game.
Yeah. All I'm saying is, right, just to bring this full circle, is just as much as there's a certain amount of respect to be gained for the Raptors, the Raptors didn't come in with a fucking shite resume either. Yeah, they couldn't get through LeBron, but a lot of guys didn't get through LeBron. You're looking at most of the league like that, but this is a team that's won 50 games, right? And you're coming in, this is a team that's won 50 games. You've traded an all-star who's been healthy this whole time, and while he may have had his shortcomings, has wanted to stay in a city where a lot of people are saying that nobody wants to go to, right? Mm-hmm. Put that jersey on and rep for this city. Just made, his second All-NBA appearance, I think, or first, whichever it might have been, right? They might be coming off some hard seasons or whichever, but this is a winning team. Like, they're second in the East, first in the East every year. And so I'm not saying that, it wasn't a quick turnaround for them to get on the same page. Mm-hmm. But there still is a turnaround for both sides. Like, the Raptors are still looking at Kawhi like, okay, motherfucker, like, you're here, right? But my brethren's gone, and I know my brethren would have played 82 if he could. You're sitting, right?
I think that's a you thing.
All right. I mean,
No.
to me, if it's a me thing, like you knew you were getting Kawhi.
Yeah.
Nobody was happy. Nobody was like, yay. Everybody was
I
pretty
was
pissed
happy.
that. Yes, you, but we're talking about the players.
Okay,
We're just talking about that team.
Okay, that's fine. But what you need to understand is the trade happened in July.
Yep.
Training camp starts in September.
Yep.
They're not happy that DeMar is gone.
No.
But from the second Kawhi shows up, it's this guy is here. Is he even going to want to play here? From the second he showed up, he showed them he wants to be here. He's committed. They said okay, and then they just won all preseason. All right, fine. They start the regular season. They're winning.
What I don't like, and what
They
I don't
start
like
the
that's
regular
happening
season
here.
7-1.
Yeah, but what I don't like that's happening here, we've even got away from the fact of DeMar, but just to like, it's in one breath you're giving Kawhi credit, but you're taking credit away from the Raptors at the same time. And the reason I'm saying that is, don't be mad.
I'm not mad.
Right,
I'm saying, why would I take credit away from the Raptors?
But you are though, because this team, right? I get it that as soon as he comes here and says that they want to play and so on and so forth, like, yes, there's a certain amount of embrace, but this team was doing a lot without Kawhi first. And all those games that they played without Kawhi,
No, I'm listening.
all the games that they played without Kawhi, like we were just as good, right? Now you take this exact same situation where you've got a team that won 48, 50 games, all right, in the Clippers, and you send him over there, and you look at the turmoil that's happened over there, right? And I think that's one is because they don't have the kind of organizational structure that the Raptors have built, which is what I'm saying in the first place,
Okay.
right?
I think we're going all over the place only because this. I was addressing the respect between Kawhi and the Raptors and Kawhi.
But you're addressing that in response to the fact that I was saying that the organization.
You were saying that the players don't want him there.
No, I was saying that
was their
before that.
attitude.
I was saying the organization and how the Raptors have built that culture is what allowed Kawhi to flourish in this environment. It's not just Kawhi's this all-worldly player. I'm saying that the organization and the tip-top management and all the great, decisions that management has been making and so on and so forth is what allows Kawhi to flourish in that. So what I'm saying is, to get back to this point, before we get very far off, is that I think a player like Demar Derozen under Nick Nurse, or even a player like Paul George under Nick Nurse, with the tools that they have, right? I think that both of those players could be something that could actually turn into something at this point.
I think Paul George in Toronto would be disastrous.
I don't think so. I don't think it would be disastrous at all.
I think Paul George has a superstar complex, and if he comes to Toronto, he's under the impression that it's his team.
Yeah, but these guys, like, superstar complex is a personality trait that sometimes
That is not going to help.
That
this
sometimes
team.
until you're put, like, you may have a superstar complex, and because you haven't been put in a position to be challenged or directed other than such, like, these are kids with millions of dollars. A 30-year-old guy with millions of dollars has made some poor decisions in life, sure, right? And we're saying that basically because he's made those poor decisions, can never be a good player. Every time I get to one of these points where we talk about organization and players changing their attitudes and so on and so forth, I go back to J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith, we can see, is a little bit of a clown on the court. In fact, a huge clown on the court. But we can see that when he was put in a winning situation with the right pieces, and those pieces could be as simple as having Channing Frye and not having Channing Frye, when he was on that Cleveland team, was a shot maker, a playmaker, and a very good defender for them. J.R. Smith has never been any of those things in any other program.
J.R. Smith had the cheat code. What's the cheat code, Kawhi?
I don't know. What is the cheat code?
LeBron.
There's guys.
I want to see J.R. Smith do that on the team without
He's had
LeBron.
LeBron in other seasons and still hasn't been as good. It could be as simple as having a vet. LeBron might be the guy that shows you how to win, but he may not be the guy that can get you to stop dicking around on the court, right? And I don't know if I'm going to give that cheat code title and crown to LeBron to say that he can just change anybody, because I've seen LeBron have to turn over half his team to get where he wants to.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm not going to say that. I'm going to, again, harp on the fact that I think this Raptors organization, right, has the tools to turn somebody like DeMar DeRozan or Paul George into the type of player that I think they pretend like to actually meet their ceiling. I don't think that the LA Clippers are going to make Paul George any better. I don't think it's the environment that he's gonna flourish in. But I do think that the Raptors have a chance at doing that. I also think that the Raptors, if they were to get Giannis over, would be able to probably improve Giannis' shooting better than most other organizations.